Hi guys, what's up? My name is Arey, and today I'm gonna be talking about how to basically take a demo all the way to a full production. I'm gonna be using my song Math, M-A-T-H. Yes, just like the algebra that you do in school. I'm gonna be taking this song and kind of breaking down basically the things that I've done to get it where it is and also kind of my mindset for going forward in finishing this production. So thanks for tuning in on this live stream, and if you're just watching this video later on, that's great. I'm really glad to have you. Thanks for watching, and once again, I'm Ari, and this is Confusing Producing with me. Because sometimes when you're like me, just learning about producing every day, it can get a little confusing, and that's fine. That's just the way it is. Producing is not always simple, okay? Sometimes you got a lot of buttons. You got all these buttons over here, and you don't know how all of them work. It's okay. You can be deducing, producing while it's confusing every single time. All you got to do. So, thank you. All right, now I'm going to get into this song here, and I'm going to go ahead and break down. First, let's kind of break down what this song sounds like without any production, right? So we're going to take down all of these things. We're just gonna make it really really stripped down. It's just gonna be basically guitar and vocals that I'm gonna listen to here and show you guys. Alright, and I'm even gonna take down my backup vocals here, so it's just gonna be pretty dry for the most part. Okay, cool. So just a little cool. Alright, that's better. Okay, so here we go. This is the run through of Math so you guys can hear it. You can skip through the steps to find the product of this mess. There's no way to say this lightly. The numbers don't stop us fighting addition, submission. Things blow up like nuclear fission. Speak your mind, don't divide. Work together in the kitchen. Solving the problem ain't your mission, no, but you'll calculate my every move. This calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move. This calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this math ain't complicated. I remember in algebra 2, I'd spend my day looking at you. You'd give off a vibe that looked cool to me, but then from sweet we turned to bleak, and I said I'm still afraid, I'm still afraid, I'm still afraid, I'm still afraid. Afraid to lose, 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 afraid to lose. I'm still afraid, I'm still afraid, still afraid, afraid to lose you, afraid to. Alright, cool. So that is a good example of how the song sounds, right? So you guys can kind of hear how that is going and how it sounds. Cool. Alright, 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 alright. So now I'm gonna go ahead and unmute all this other stuff. I could have just soloed the guitar and vocals. That would have been smarter, but it's all good because it's confusing producing. What am I telling you? Is that not true? Amen. Cool. So now we got this stuff right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go over what I've already done. Actually, let's go ahead and listen to it, and then I will go over kind of what I've done here to make it sound a little more produced. And it's not done, it's just kind of in the middle stage where I've done some things. I have an idea of where I'm going, but it's definitely still in the works. I'll just say that. And I'm going to close this window over here because it might be being a little loud here. Oh, we got it. Nice. All right, here we go. steps to find the product of this mess. There's no way to say this lightly. The numbers don't stop us fighting attention, submission. Things blow up like nuclear fission. Speak your mind, don't divide. Work together in the kitchen. Solving the problem ain't your mission, no, but you'll calculate my every move. This calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move. This calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this math ain't complicated. Anyway, cool. So that's like the main things that I've already done so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and break down the things that I've done so far, and then before that I'm gonna go ahead and talk about my process, I guess, of planning out my production. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and make my webcam a little bigger so you guys can look at me while I'm talking, because that's how you do. That's how you do. Cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about basically when I record a song, I already kind of starting to get an idea of how I want to produce it. So I just wanted to go ahead and go over because this will be a great video for people who are still trying to figure out how to produce a song, and people who are trying to plan like the style they want to go in, all sorts of things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and just say so this is kind of my process, I guess. I start out really with just some guitar, some piano maybe, and I just write my song, right? That's what most people do. Most people know how to just write their song, I feel like, or at least they have an idea of that. But when I come to produce it, I kind of want to get an idea of, okay, where is the song going to go? What's the build-up? What's my goal with the song, and what genre or what style am I going for with this? Because, there's very different avenues you can go down when you're producing. And, for me, I have like acoustically driven songs where they're a little more ambient, acoustic guitars kind of strumming going in there. And then I also have this other production style that I'm trying to learn, which is more like pop production, and it's a little more a little more built up, right? The pop production stuff's a little more built up. There's more layers, right? You got like a lot of things building on each other. So with that, it's a very different approach as compared to, say, my acoustic-driven stuff, right? So I just kind of want to talk about that. Basically, when you're going into producing, you want to find, where your basically you want to find what you like in songs, and then you want to take your music and tailor it towards those avenues, because usually we're going to make songs that are somewhat similar to what we like. We're not copying things that we like, but we're just using them as our influences. I feel like that's something that most people do, regardless of their experience level. And so basically, when I go to the production studio, this is what I do. I will sit down and I'll track the guitar and the vocals first, try to get that in, and I'll have my BPM, my key, my chords, my main melody, and then my lyrics. Obviously, that's kind of a big part of it, right? So when I go in to track, I have to have all 5 of those things at least, and then usually a little bit more, maybe an idea of the rhythm, because I really love producing like some type of beat, some type of drums. And I'll go in with those things, and I'll try to really flesh out what the idea and the meaning and the message of the song is, and then I'll tailor the production towards that. And I like to think of the songs as either one avenue or the next, depending on how many different styles you want to produce in. But that's really good for helping you get an idea of like where to go and how to start off with the song, right? So then you come and you get down. So this song, since we're looking at this song, we'll go ahead and get myself a little smaller up here so we can look at this a little better. So then we're looking at this song, right? So this song started out just 2 guitars tracked, and then one of them's turned way, way, way right. The other one's turned way, way, way left. And then I got my vocals here, right? So I wanted this song to have a level of movement. So the first thing I added was just a kick drum right here. All I did was add a kick drum, and this kick drum in the verse, all it does is it just lines up with the chords. So it's just like dun dun dun, you know? And that may seem really simple, but it actually just adds that impact kind of thing that I wanted, and it doesn't muddy up the space because it's all together, right? That's not necessarily pop or acoustic, ambient, whatever. It's just a nice effect to keep the movement of the song, because movement is a really big thing depending on what genre you're doing. You want to have some type of movement. And then the next thing I added was this bass right here. This is a tight synth bass, and this bass, as you can see, actually lines up perfectly with this drum and with the chords of the guitar up here, which you can see in the audio, hopefully. So basically, once again, all I did was line everything up together. I played a descending melody on the bass that followed the chord melody, or just the harmony of the chords. And I just played that in a really low register with the bass. All it is just, simple, but it's really felt. It really adds to the build of the song, and having bass just fills out the song and gets the low end kind of deeper. So I really like that. And then the next thing is I have these little reverse claps, and so as you can kind of hear when I played it earlier, it's kind of like a fading in, like whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. So for me, that was a really nice effect to kind of add a little bit of like an almost electronic element, but it's not electronic. It's just a more, you can tell that it's kind of fading into something. It's like, and it helps. I usually place those little fade in reverses. I usually place them kind of right before the downbeat of the chord. So it'll be like, so let's go ahead and listen to that. Let's just listen to the chords and the bass and the kick together so you guys can hear what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to play the vocals with it this time. Let's just hear. So this is how it sounds, all those things together, because those are the main things in this production. Then I added another little effect which I like too. I'll talk about that. Cool. So, move my camera back over here where it was, because I like that, I guess, better. I don't know. So, basically, that was the basic production of the verse right there. And then we added one more little thing, which is this little da-da-da-da. It's like a triplet, or well, it's not. Yeah, it's da-da-da-da-da-da. It's like a one. Anyway, you'll hear it. Let's just play it one time. So I added this little rim. And right now, just by itself, doesn't really sound like much, but with the whole production, it actually sounds really nice. So just listen. Skip through the steps to find the product of this mess. There's no way to say this lightly. The numbers don't stop us fighting attention, submission. Things blow up like nuclear fission. Cool. So those are the basic elements of the verse for now. I'm thinking about adding maybe a synth or some type of fading in, long drawn out fade in for the verse into the chorus. But right now, that's all I got for the verse. And so then going into the chorus, I'm still designing the chorus right now. In terms of production, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about that. So I took a different approach a little bit with the chorus. Instead of going with the actual movement of the chords, I actually just did a 4 on the floor type of beat. So I started with this kick, and I'm just going to play that for you. It's really simple, kind of what you'd expect. Just basically every beat, boom, 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 boom. But we'll just play it one time so you can hear. Cool. So that's the kick, and I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory. I didn't really like finish editing it. I'm probably gonna make it have a little more punch. Because right now I haven't really edited like mixed much of this song. I've mostly just added things in the production stage, and that's another thing I want to talk about in just a moment. Kind of about basically going from the different stages of recording to writing, recording, producing, mixing, and mastering and releasing a song. Those are all the stages as a DIY producer. And when things are confusing, it just ain't good. So let me go ahead and unsolo this. So that kick, and then I have these here, these claps and the rim, all of it, and it creates a nice effect. I don't know if I like it. I might want to raise one of them up higher because they're kind of low. I want something in a little higher register, more like more of a snare type of vibe. But we're gonna listen to this real quick so we can hear what I've done in the chorus so far and where I'm going with it.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this math ain't complicated.
Nice. Cool. So there we go. Let my stream catch up here. Let my stream catch up to me, because sometimes we get a little lag. So as you can tell, the kick just keeps the movement. It's like a house, almost like a house kick. It's like bum bum bum. It's just vibing. It's just vibing with the instruments. And then we have these layered claps and rim shots or whatever, and one of them is the same noise that you heard in the actual verse, which is like da da da. And it's nice, it's fine. I really want to change it now because I just listened to it and I didn't like love what I was hearing, but it's all good. That's a process. That's the producing process. Cool. So I just wanted to show you guys where I'm at with that, and you can kind of hear how it's a demo and now it's being built up with some drum production, a little bit of bass and whatnot. So my next steps are adding bass to the chorus, finishing out the drum production in the chorus, and then finishing the build up for the whole song. Then I'm going to do synth for the rest of the song as well, and maybe even some more stuff. So that's going to be good. But before I try to do any of that or plan that out, because that was kind of what I was planning to do, is plan some of those things out on the stream so you guys could hear. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my producing process and the writing process, all these things together, and what you got to do. So basically, as a new producer who is possibly confused, I would advise you to start out with your song that you wrote, bring it into the studio, and record. Like I would start out just doing that. Just come in, record the song. Just whatever you can play. If you play piano, play guitar, whatever. And then do some vocals too. Like it doesn't have to be the best vocal take. I would say do, a couple takes. Try to get a good, decent scratch vocal. And I would, do a little bit of mixing on those, on the guitar and on the piano, on your vocals, all those things. And then what I would do is I would take a little break from the song, or maybe keep it on your phone, like as a memos. This is what I do personally. I keep it on my phone in memos, and then when I'm walking to class, because I'm in music school, by the way, I'm a music school student. When I'm walking to class, I just kind of listen back to the song, and I try to hear in my head, like, okay, what is the vibe for this song? Like, what is this song going for? And then when I come back for the next step of the process, this is like when the producing starts. I think producing can be just as creative as writing, or even more sometimes, because you have more options. You're actually let me get over here, my guitar's in the way. You're actually being more creative because you have more tools, in my opinion, because when you're producing, you have the option of basically any instrument, depending on how many, virtual instruments you have. So I would come to the studio and I would start producing. And the first thing I would do is, for me, the first thing I do is I think of, okay, where's the drums? Where's the drums in this song? Because I'm a big rhythmic person. I write with kind of a rhythmic style sometimes, as I think math has a good rhythm to it, the song I've been showing you guys. And basically, I come in with a rhythm in mind and with a beat in mind, and then I play with that, and if it doesn't work, I throw it out, I try some melts. And sometimes I create exactly what I hear in my mind, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I come back with a completely different idea or a completely different final product, and that's fine. That's the way it goes. It's creative. Once again, you can't always get it with just a formula. You have to try different things, and that's the fun thing about producing and creating music is you really can get away with trying a bunch of different stuff, and sometimes it works better than other times, but it's kind of the beauty of it, I would say. So then after I go ahead with the beat, I'm gonna go back in there with maybe a little bit of snares, a little hi-hats, a little bit of toms, any other type of drums, because usually I start off with like a kick. I come back with the snare, come with the hi-hat, come with some little fade-ins, the little reverse claps, some snaps, things like that. So other little filler things that kind of help build the song and give it space and fill up the space. Actually, they don't give it space, they fill up the space, because a demo usually has a lot of space in it to be filled up depending on the style, unless it's just a very broken down stripped song anyway. So after I fill up the space a little bit, I usually am going to go to the bass if I need to have a strong bass in there. And my approach to the bass is usually either a long, like, low 808 thing, or just a long, low, like, plucked bass or picked bass, anything like that. Sometimes I actually will play the bass. Ooh, poor guy. My guitar's over here. My beautiful guitar. Let me go ahead and show off this guitar. This guitar's beautiful. That's enough guitar appreciation. Okay, one more thing to say. I'm a jazz guitar instrumentalist, and my that's my, like, one of my concentrations as a thing of being in music school. And then I'm also a music industry studies major with a focus in marketing and promotion. So that's what I'm doing at college. Just want to update you guys. So back to the other thing. After I move this guitar out the way. There we go. Cool. All right, cool. Now I move the guitar out the way. We good. So the next thing that I go to is the bass. And like I said, I actually will play the bass sometimes, or I'll just use the 808 with the keyboard. Like, got my big MIDI keyboard here, as you can see. And then after I do that, I pretty much will move on to any other random noises. It could be synth. It could be strings. It could be, I like to mess around and use different producing things no matter what. I think this is kind of the part where it's good to experiment a little bit. So I say, you have freedom, and that's usually like the first swing at it production wise. And then I'll go to each build up of the song, and I'll be like, okay, is there anything I can add, or is there anything I can take away before the build up to make it hit harder? So that's a big thing too. It's a big key right there. So once again, is there anything I can add, or is there anything I can take away before the build-up to make the build-up hit harder? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. And there's other things you can do too, like automation. You can automate the volume to go way down before a build-up or way down before a hit. Like if you're going to have a really big hit, you can have everything shrink down, and then pop, you know what I mean? So that's kind of a good approach to producing. I feel like that's mostly what I do. I'm going to take this half off. Here we go. So that's a producing approach that that don't look so good. That's a producing approach that I take pretty often, generally most productions that I do. And then I usually leave a lot of stuff mostly dry. I'd like to mix very lightly in the production stage. One, because I'm still creating, and mixing takes a lot more on your computer to have all those plugins in. And then two, because it's just nice to come back with fresh ears and really do your mix. So I would say that after you finish the initial production stage, you've added some drums, some some bass, some synth, you got your guitar, your vocals, you got your piano, whatever your main instruments and your first level of production is. I would come back, I would start doing some mixing, and I would basically try to once again add or remove anything that you think is necessary or unnecessary in the song. And then when I come back to do a full mix of the whole entire song, I like to take a few days from the song, like just don't listen to it if I can. I come back and then I start going through it and I'm like, okay, this is what I hear the song needs. This is what I want for the song. I'll put in all the effects and I'll mix it and I'll do all those things. And that's really the main thing. And then after you mix it, it's good to also take more break from the song, because oftentimes we don't realize, but we get very ear tired. We get ear fatigue. That's the word, ear fatigue. As producers and musicians, we get ear fatigue when we're listening to the same music or the same song over and over again. I mean, take an example of any song that you've liked in the past few years. Imagine you really, really love a song, right? You're going to sit there and be like, dang, I just want to hear the song over and over and over and over and over again. But you might realize that you listen to it, I don't know, 5-10 times that day, and the next day you listen to it another 5 times, maybe 10 times. You're about to be sick of that song by then. You can't listen to it anymore. So that's the same way you got to treat your own music and your own things that you're producing, because you can't be getting sick of your song before it's even finished. It's just not going to work. So that's why it's good to work on a song, try to produce it, get all your ideas down, then take a little break, come back to it. And, once again, some people can't do that. It's just too hard to take a break if you're on a roll. But then you will eventually get kind of an ear fatigue or get a little bit sick of what you're listening to. And you're going to, have these one thing that happens with me is I get self-conscious when I listen to a song over and over again. I start to hate on the mix, and I start to think, okay, well, this production isn't that great, or this sound that I made right here just doesn't fit. I need to redo this. This isn't good, right? But to be completely honest, that in the long run kind of just kills your motivation, and you'll never finish a song that way. So that's why it's good to take breaks and also have other projects that you're working on. I like to have, so this is a song that I've been working on for a while now, but I like to have maybe 2 or 3 more songs that are in the works, that if I want to keep working but I don't want to get ear fatigue, I can just take this song, put it away for a little while, go to the next song, work on it for, I don't know, another 30, 40, maybe an hour, and then if I really want to keep working, I could just go to the next song. But usually I'll probably take a break in between that. But that's just like my production style. That's kind of how I go about it. I think that makes good sense too. So yeah, now I'm going to talk about how I'm going to build out the rest of this chorus here. So once again, I'm going to play this chorus and I'm going to listen to the drums, and then I'm going to start working on changing these little claps down here. Here, let's minimize me. I'm a little big. So yeah, that's good. You should be able to see the screen good now. Okay, so if you can see where my mouse is, there's these claps right here and these rim shots. So I'm going to listen to them, and then I'm going to probably change the pitch of a few of them, try to make it higher, because I'm not really in love with this low thing that's going on, but we're going to listen to it one time. And that's what you got to do. You just got to listen over and over again to get an idea of where you want it to go. So let's go ahead and do that.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our...
Cool. Alright, let's get the stream to load. Cool, so that is where it's at now. I'm going to listen to this, what this sounds like higher. Alright, that's higher. So right now, it's low. So let's listen to that right now. Yeah, that's not really doing it for me. So I think I'm either make that one higher or I'll make this clap higher. Well, this isn't a clap. This is actually this thing over here that I had other thing. Okay, let's listen to that. Let's listen to how that sounds. So I don't think that needs to be that low. What I actually think I want to do is maybe I'm gonna actually duplicate this track, and then what I'm gonna do is take this guy down here, and then I'm gonna open this, and I'm going to not delete all of it. I'm gonna use a little pointer here, and we're gonna select all of these. We're gonna raise them. We're gonna raise them up because they is too low. Wonder how, is that too high? I wonder. Let's just see how that sounds.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving.
Okay, that's not horrible, but honestly, I think I need to do that with this clap as well. This clap right here. So we're gonna copy that, and we're gonna go right here. We're gonna make it higher. So go there, and I don't know if I want to keep that there, but we'll just leave it for now. We're gonna work on this. So we're gonna take these claps here. What's going on with that? What the heck? Why? Is that clap not supposed to be there? What's going on? I don't understand. We'll just leave that for now. Whatever. It's fine. It's all good. So we're gonna select all these guys. Clap, 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 clap. Nice, lovely. We'll just leave that one there, I guess. So then these guys are all gonna go up an octave to this F right there. And that is lined up, I think. Right? Cool.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic.
Good stuff. Okay, so that was a nice little basic thing for production right there. Basically, all I did was copy some stuff, and that's what I'm gonna do again. That's not what I'm trying to do. Hey, get out of here. We're gonna copy you. We're gonna paste you here. So a good thing to remember is that it's never bad necessarily to try to layer stuff to make a sound instead of trying to find. If you can't find the sound you're looking for, you may realize that the sound you're looking for is just layering a few sounds. Because oftentimes producers will do that to make the sound really thick and have depth. So what I'm doing here is I'm just layering a bunch of different hits that all actually kind of go together in this production, and one of them's a lower register, one of them's a way higher register, and it fits right now. So we're gonna listen to this one more time all together, because yeah, I think it's starting to sound better. So let's see how that goes.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our.
Okay, there's one.
Arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this.
Okay. Sounds like this guy played, maybe? That's not good. We gotta erase that. Since we're producing, might as well just go ahead and edit some stuff since we're doing this. Nothing there, I don't think. Nope, there's that. Okay. I actually don't know if I need that freaking low clap. Let's try no low clap and see how that sounds.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving.
Okay, definitely like the low clap now. So we're gonna keep that. Let's let the stream catch up a little, cause the stream be vibing. Cool. So what I'm doing right now is I'm going through these little percussive elements, and I'm just kind of designing them a little differently to my taste. And that's something most producers are gonna do. Is they're gonna go through, they're gonna take each layer, solo it, listen to it, and then listen to it with the whole production, and then see, okay, well, I like this, it needs a little more high end, I like this, needs more low end. Whatever you got to do, you fix it, and that's how you move on. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now, and it's working out all right. It's not going so bad, so we're chilling. It's good. So the other thing I want to do is this rim here. So I think that could add a little more. Let's listen to what it sounds like now. Yeah. So, all right, let's let the stream catch up. Come on, stream, do your stuff. All right. So that right here, I don't know if it necessarily needs the low one. So we're gonna go ahead and raise that up as well, up to a C. We're going to take that up. I don't know. I can't tell if I want it higher or not. We're gonna try it really high because all the other elements are pretty low. So we're gonna try this higher and see how this goes.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every.
Ooh, system overload. Oh Lord. Okay. Sorry, Logic. Sorry, buddy. Let me give you a little more power here. Yeah, that's right. We're pretty high up there. Okay, we'll go there. Gosh. Okay, that should be better for good old Logic right there. Okay, so that there we go. Cool. Okay, so that actually works. Having that higher up actually works a lot. It sounds pretty good. So we're going to. I'm actually not even sure if I want to keep it there that low. I might even keep it. Let's try it high like that. Let's see how it sounds.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this math ain't complicated.
Nice. And then cool. So I was hearing these little claps right here, these little tut-tuts. I'm gonna add another one right here, because I just hear it there. I'm gonna go ahead and add that since I'm in the middle of this process. This is what happens when I'm producing. I'll just hear something, I'll have to do it right away. So let's hear that. That was too early. I meant to do right there. Nice. Let's hear that. Now, I'm going to obviously edit that a little bit. It doesn't sound like beautiful or anything. It just sounds like a little hit. But that's fine. It's kind of what I want. So another thing I'm going to do too, to try and build this a little, is I'm going to make this low clap a little bit to the left. And then I'm going to make this other low rim a little bit to the... This one's low, right? I think it is, right? Yeah, it's low enough. We're going to make it to the right about just slightly, like 15. This one is 22. Just make it a little less. And then we're going to take this high one, go to the right. Since this one's to the left, go to the right. And then this one's to the right, so we're going to go to the left with this last one. So now let's see if that stereo widening helped with this little production. See if it made the snares kind of like surround us a little more.
Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. Calculate my every move, this calculator just for you. Our relationship is arithmetic, and I'm solving our equation. No, this math ain't complicated.
Okay. Let the stream catch up to me. Come on, stream, catch up. Cool. All right. Amen. So that sounded pretty good. I like the way it sounds. I think there's like a few things I want to add, but that's decent for right now. And we're just gonna listen to this little clap into the bridge breakdown guitar riff. I'm gonna honestly, what I'm gonna do is just think and plan out what I'm gonna put in this section, because this is a section that I have a drum, a kick drum in there. I didn't really break down this section, but I have a kick drum in there, and it's like a heartbeat type of kick drum. So just literally it goes like a heartbeat. It's like boom, 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 boom. So we're gonna listen to this, and then I'm gonna basically, plan out everything that I'm gonna produce in this section. I don't know how much drums I want to have. I might have kind of like a little hi-hat or something in here, or a ride cymbal, just kind of like ding. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we're gonna play it.
Nothing complicated. I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you.
Cool. Okay. So that is the kick drum. Boom, 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 boom. I might extend it just like one bit and see if that helps anything.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you.
Nice. Okay, that's great. That is exactly what I want, that kick. I just like the boom, boom, boom. And now we're going to figure out kind of, I think I might add these right there as kind of like a bring it back and see if that actually helps. I don't know if it's going to help, but we'll try. It's kind of the goal. Hopefully it'll help.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at.
Okay. I'm not gonna lie. I love that part. Like, I love the way it sounds. That little da-da-da. But it's just way out of time for this. So we gotta figure out what to do with that to make it fit a little better for this. Maybe if I have it. Let's try this. Let's try it like that. See if it helps.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent.
Okay. It's not horrible, but it's definitely not not what we're going for in terms of that beat. It's kind of a build up. So I think we're gonna do something a little. We're gonna do something there, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be more like to. It's gonna be. It's like I kind of want something there keeping time almost like. Like maybe a hi-hat even, like a little subtle hi-hat that I could find in here. But, well, why not? Let's do it first. Since we're in here, let's look up hi-hat. Let's just get one. No, not hijack, hi-hat. All right. Okay. This is not. Let's just go back here. Hi-hats. That's great. Wait, what did I just do? No, let's not do that. Let's make a new track. Software instrument default patch. Why not? Let's put it down here below these little snare things. And I don't need that anymore. Let's go hi dash hat. That's not it. I want something more clicky. It does say open. What does this sound like though? Oh, actually, I kind of like that. What does this sound like? No, not that. Okay, we're gonna actually add this, and because experimentation is part of the process, so we're gonna record this.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you.
Nice. So that's cool. So what we're gonna do, get in here, and since I'm streaming, it has a little bit of latency, so we're gonna have to get in here. We're gonna have to slide these up to the right on the beat. Let's see if that. Ooh, well, it almost. Let's see if that works. Let's just try it.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you. You give off a vibe that look cool to me. But then from
Alright, now let's see. Oh gosh, system overload again. What are we gonna do? My Mac is gonna break down. Alright, let's see if we can elongate all these and make them all fit together. Let's try this.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you. You give off a vibe.
Change the velocity to 70. So 69.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you. You give off a.
Nice. Okay. So, the reason I added this is because it adds kind of like a ambient it's not like, it's not like when there's like a red line, or what's it called? Like when there's like when somebody dies and it goes like beep. It's not like that, but it adds like an ambient like. I just like it. So we're gonna turn it down though and have it kind of more of like a felt effect and more of like a really present heard one.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you.
One thing I would change about it is a few parts are a little bit off. We could maybe change this to go there, this to go there. I don't know if there's any way to make this like fit, go longer.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my day looking at you.
Okay, so I like that. Another thing I wanted to is add this this. Other thing I want to add before I get off this stream and go work on it myself, without the stream, is I wanted to add this guy, but yeah. So let's see. So it's gonna be like boom. It's gonna be boom, 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 da da boom, 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 da da. All right. So what we want to do is kind of play against the heartbeat, and it's like, I don't know what it'll do, but it'll add movement. So we're gonna try it.
I remember in algebra 2, I spent my.
Okay, once again, latency is a big deal, but it's okay because we can go and fix this. Is this the same thing I used here? Oh, is that why it sounds different? Weird. Is this the one? What is it? Yeah, okay. I'm gonna go up here with this. We're gonna open this up. We're gonna edit this a little. Let's quantize this. Let's try it. Alright, once again, it's going to be too hard to fix if we don't just basically go in here, fix the first one. Boom. Boom, boom, da da da, boom. Boom, boom, da da da. So it's going to be, let's hear it. Alright, so this is going to move up there. Let's try that now. I'm going to fix this. Oh. Okay. Da da da. That's not. Is that good? Is that perfect? I don't know. Alright, nice. And this one we're going to just copy. And then over here, this is not what we want, so we're going to delete. And we're just going to copy and paste, basically. Pretty simple process. Nice. Da, da, da. Nice. Cool. Okay. So before I finish that, I'm going to go ahead and get off the stream. It's been a good one. Been a good stream. Thanks for anybody who watches this later on. Let's go ahead and put you back over here where I like to have you. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge. You guys can see me better. Okay. Thanks for watching this stream. Thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. Once again, my name is Arey. This is the Confusing Producing Show, and I'm going to keep producing, and hopefully it'll be not super confusing. So